Welcome, folks. Today, the topic of interest is life is about choices. So, we're going to be talking about the decisions that we make on a day to day basis. But first of all, I want you guys to really admire my new plant. Look at this. I look at it and it makes me so happy. It just adds a little bit to the decor. So, small pleasures, man. Just let me have this. But today, we're going to be talking about decisions that you make. So, the decisions you make on a day to day basis. Because this is how life works. And I feel like I ramble about this a whole lot on the channel, but it's just something that has to be said. And I realize it's really, really important. And is that the way life works is that life works in accumulation. So the small decisions you make on a day-to-day basis compound to make your reality. So when you look at your life, when I look at my life, you look at the lives of others, it's normally just a direct reflection of the decisions they have made up until this point. All the small decisions you make matter. Every little decision you make on a day-to-day basis compounds to create something. Every decision has an opposite reaction. It has a reaction. I can't remember how Newton said it, but every decision you make has a reaction to it. And when it comes to, like, when a person comes to a place that they want to change their life, we often try do really, really big things. You think that you have to have a huge, super huge cataclysmic change to your routine to transform your life, but it's small things that matter. And the first decision that a person can make, or the best first decision a person can make, is by first of all deciding that they choose to be responsible for their own life. So when I'm talking about choosing to be responsible for your own life, it's you coming to the point to decide that, you know what, the reality that I experience is my responsibility. It's on me to change it. It's my bad if things don't change. It's my bad if things stay the same. What a lot of people do is they play the blame game. And it's a really, really disempowering place to be. And no wonder you see a lot of people struggling with mental health. You see a lot of people struggling with self-confidence, with self-esteem. It's all rooted to this first root of taking responsibility for one's own life. When you think about self-esteem, really, what is self-esteem? Well, self-esteem is made up of two things. It's made up of a thing that we call self-respect, which is the belief that a person is worthy of love and worthy of experiencing good things, worthy of having their needs met. And it's made up of another thing that's called self-efficacy, which is the belief that one is capable to handle the challenges that life brings to them. Now, you can only feel that you're capable to handle the challenges that life brings to you when you first of all make that first step to make the decision that I will be responsible for my own life. I will do what I need to do to make my life better. It's on me to do it. Because sometimes it's not fair, man. Life isn't fair. Sometimes things happen to you. You're dealt a really bad hand. And sometimes it's not your fault that, like, you're in a bad situation. It's not your fault. Like, recently, guys, I went to Malawi, right? And when I was in Malawi, I saw mad things, man. I saw people who were doing well, who were wealthy, and I saw people who were in, like, dire poverty, like, really, really down bad. Like, I'm talking about living in huts, got no money, no clean water. You could see it. It's not their fault that they're in that situation. Sometimes it's not your fault, but it is on you to get yourself out of that situation. It is on you to take steps to move yourself forward. So I've spoken to people who who were villagers who are, like, near enough broke, man, nothing, and they've made something for themselves, right? They took the onus to change their own life. Same to you. You got to first of all make that first step to decide that I'm going to do something. I'm going to take ownership of my own life and mold it into what I want to be. And to change your life, you don't really need to do a whole lot. You just need to be consistent in the small decisions that you make. And I love this analogy very much because you can think about it like this. This is how small changes work. You could have two people walking in a straight line. You got person A and you got person B walking in a straight line. Now, if I was to go to person B and I tilted their feet like half an inch to the right, almost unnoticeable to the naked eye, and I allowed these two characters to continue walking in a straight line, what will eventually happen is that person B, who adjusted their feet just a little bit, will end up in a completely different destination over the years. So over the first few weeks, it's unnoticeable. No change, really. Still in the same place. He's still walking in a straight line. 6 months down the line, not much of a difference. A year, slight veer to the right. 5 years, my guy is moving to the right. 10 years, is in a completely different destination. My guy, person B, is in Japan. Person A is the opposite of in Antarctica. Completely different destinations just by one small incremental change. It doesn't take a whole lot for you to change your life. And as cringy as it sounds, it's cringy. You're one decision away from a completely different life. And you really are. But it starts off with that first decision to say that I will take responsibility for my life and I will do something about it. And that is a decision one must make. And a lot of people think that, you know, like not making a decision is not making a decision. Not making a decision is making a decision. Choosing not to take ownership for your life is choosing to leave your life to chance. And what happens is that when you leave your life to chance, normally bad things happen, man. It's kind of like going down a stream. When you're going down a stream, what tends to happen is you normally notice that the current normally pulls strongest in the direction of disaster. It normally pulls strongest in the direction where there's a waterfall, where you don't want to be going. That's what happens when you leave life to chance. People make decisions for you. You get the odd small like population who get really, really lucky, like they win the lottery or somebody comes and saves them. But for the vast majority of us, nobody is coming to save us. So we gotta first of all make that small decision, man. You gotta make that decision. It's on you. It's on you, and you can do it. Just small decisions. So that's the idea I wanted to share with you guys. You guys be blessed. Take care of yourselves, and I'll speak again to you soon. Peace and love.